Hello, Good Shepherd and Saints Francis and John. I'm Deacon Mike Lynch with Good Shepherd Catholic Church. This week we prepare with a gospel message for the 28th Sunday of Ordinary Time. A reading from the Gospel according to Luke. As Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 lepers met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voices, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when he saw them, he said, "Go show yourselves to the priests." As they were going, they were cleansed. And one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned, glorifying God in a loud voice. And he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, 10 were cleansed, were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God? Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." I bet that when we were growing up, our parents taught all of us to say thank you and to be thankful when someone gave us something. But how thankful are we to God for what he has done for us? This passage from St. Luke's Gospel should make us stop and think about how we react and respond to God's gifts of life, family, our talents and abilities, and the redemption he has offered us through Jesus. Yet, we humans often take so much that we have for granted, and we take credit for our talents and accomplishments. We live in a culture that often tells us to be all you can be. Go after your dream. But since we are in fact creatures, that is, created by God, all we are, all we have, are actually gifts from God. Though we're not likely afflicted with leprosy, we are like the 10 lepers in this gospel story in that we too must often call on Jesus for strength in our troubles, consolation, healing, and forgiveness for our failures and sinfulness. It seems that Jesus found in his own time too that too few were thankful for what he provided them. 10 were cleansed, he said. Where are the other 9? And St. Luke adds a sharp edge to the story when he notes that the one who came back and thanked Jesus was a Samaritan among the people who were hated by the Jews. But because of that leper's thankfulness, Jesus told him that his faith had saved him. This is a common theme in the gospel stories. Outcasts show faith in Jesus, more faith than Jesus' own people do. And he notes that openly, telling the outcasts that their faith has saved them. Are my thankfulness to and faith in Jesus strong enough to save me? Are yours? Here are some thoughts about family activities related to this gospel. While the men obeyed Jesus and traveled to see the priest, after being healed, only one of them returned to Jesus to offer praise and glory to God. The other 9 were doing what Jesus told them to do. Who chose best? The man who returned to Jesus or the men who followed Jesus' directions? One man chose to offer praise, yet the other 9 were obedient. Each family member should talk about a time that God offered a great blessing to your family. How did each of you respond to God's goodness? Did you offer thanks during Mass? Did you say a prayer of thanks silently? Did you share with others what God did for you? Did you forget to offer thanks? As unique human beings, we respond to God in many different ways, and God knows our hearts. Most important, are we paying attention to the multitudes of blessings we are offered, and how do we respond in thanksgiving? God bless you, and see you at Mass.